Good evening and welcome to Poland Daily. I'm Nicholas Richardson and this is the news. Yesterday was a good day for Poland. The talks between the United States President Donald Trump and Polish President Andrzej Duda in Washington confirmed that a new order is being created in Europe in which Poland is actively involved, in cooperation with the United States. It is also worth emphasising the unique atmosphere that prevailed during the Polish President's visit to the White House.
Andrzej Duda's visit to the White House was assessed positively by many foreign media. It is impossible to disagree with such an opinion. The American president declared his willingness to work on Polish-American ties with regard to deepening trade relations.
And we've had some tremendous discussions having to do with trade and military and lots of other things, and they continue. Secretary Perry is discussing a very, very big transaction with Poland, one of the biggest. And we're very prepared to go forward with that.
We signed a big extension of a LNG contract. There's massive potential ahead for American LNG, both on the construction side of facilities in Poland and obviously selling the product as well.
Donald Trump also mentioned the still controversial topic of American visas for Poles.
I applaud President Duda for its efforts to strengthen and modernize Poland's defenses. I also want to congratulate Poland for its progress on meeting U.S. criteria for entry into the visa waiver program. Today, our country signed a Preventing and Combating Serious Crimes Agreement, a significant and necessary step for Poland's entry into the program.
The American president organized a special demonstration of F-35 aircrafts over the White House. Representatives of the American media emphasized that such events are extremely rare. Andrzej Duda had a surprise of his own for the US president.
Dear friends, in 2 days, America will celebrate the great anniversary. It will be the day of the anniversary of the day of the birth of the 45th President of the United States of America, Mr. Donald Trump. Happy birthday, Mr. President. Happy birthday to you. May all your dreams come true, Mr. President.
As yesterday's visit of the Polish presidential couple to Washington came to an end, all signs pointed to the fact that it had strengthened the Polish-American alliance.
A Polish-American rally to support the alliance between the two countries took place yesterday in front of the White House. The organisers of this rally were the Gazeta Polska clubs and other Polish-American community associations.
My name is Roman Kozan, Federation of Polish Americans. I just want to say thank you for coming to that rally. I want to welcome, people from all over the United States coming and sharing their support with us for the defensive efforts of the United States with cooperation with Poland, making Poland safe. So basically, we want to show that Polonia is united, not divided. There is no divisions, and we support strong American army in Poland in the NATO to defend Poland in case of Russian aggression.
I think it's a major milestone in the history of Poland, our country, and in Polish-American relations. We are coming out completely from under the Soviet influence, and we're entering into the North Atlantic zone. In other words, we will finally leave behind the outer agreement and get the increase of American troops on the eastern flank of NATO. This is the condition to begin further actions to go ahead with the Three Seas initiative.
Działać na rzecz dla naszego kraju, na rzecz projektu Trójmorza.
Thomas Arabski, the head of the Chancellery of the Prime Minister in Donald Tusk's government, was today found guilty of negligence by the Warsaw District Court in relation to the organisation of the flight to Smolensk on April the 10th, 2010, which ended in tragedy. The court gave a sentence of 1 month's imprisonment, suspended for 2 years. The Tupolev 154M aircraft crashed while trying to land in foggy weather, killing all 96 on board, including the then President of the Republic of Poland, Lech Kaczynski.
oskarżonego Tomasza Arabskiego w ramach zarzucanego mu czynu.
The court found the accused, Tomasz Arabski, guilty of the act he was accused of, namely that in the period from the 16th of March to the 10th of April 2010, as a public official and the chief of the Chancellery of the Prime Minister, he failed to fulfill his obligations as the coordinator responsible for organizing Polish military and aircraft flights. In accordance with Article 231, paragraph 1 of the Criminal Code, the court condemns the accused and punishes him with 10 months imprisonment. The prosecutor's office applied for a higher fine for Arabski of 1.5 years imprisonment, suspended for 4 years. The prosecutors also demanded other officials to be found guilty. Tomasz Arabski's defense attorney announced his side will appeal. I will recommend my client to appeal because I simply disagree with this verdict and the court's arguments. The court pointed out the role of not only my client, but also other people. The court pointed this out and I agree with that. However, as far as my client is concerned, the judgment is unfair. Stefan Hambura, a representative of some of the victims of the catastrophe, reacted to the court's judgment with mixed feelings. Although I did not like the message sent, it's very good that the accused was punished today, and it is not like in the other cases where only those on lower levels are responsible. Today's verdict brings an end to a 3-year trial in this case, which began in March 2016. The trial was initiated by a private indictment. Some families of the victims of this Smolensk disaster made the indictment after the Warsaw Praga District Prosecutor's Office successfully annulled the investigation into the organization of the Prime Minister's and President's flights to Smolensk on the 7th and 10th of April 2010.
The German city of Görlitz, situated in the southeast of the country, on the border with Poland, is bracing itself to become the first German city to be ruled by a far-right populist mayor from the Alternative for Germany, or AfD party. The AfD's candidate, Sebastian Wippel, won the first-round elections with 36.5% of the votes and has a high chance of winning the runoff on Sunday. Many movie stars and film producers are trying to prevent this and have written an open letter to the people of Görlitz calling for tolerance and an inclusive society.
With its cobbled medieval streets and beautiful architecture, the town of Görlitz looks like the film set it has often been. Concerned that the city's reputation could be tarnished, producer Michael Simon de Normier has written a letter to Görlitzers warning them of the risks associated in having a mayor from the ADF. Other movie stars speaking out against the ADF candidate for mayor include the Game of Thrones actor Tom Blaschicha and Inglourious Basterds actress Jana Palaska. Sebastian Wippel shrugs off the accusations hurled at him by celebrities and says he believes this election is his to win. The support is positive throughout, and I was very happy about the 36.4% in the first round. I didn't necessarily expect that, but it shows that we from the ADF have delivered. We're now a people's party representing all social classes and professional groups, and people are talking to us. I'm delighted that there are lots of doctors, policemen, lawyers and so on among them. Standing in the way of the ADF's candidate is Octavian Ursu from Angela Merkel's CDU party. He's a musician who immigrated from Romania in 1990 to play the trumpet in the local theatre. It isn't just about ADF or CDU. It's about the orientation of this city and its future. Do we want the open society we have in Görlitz, or do we want to shut ourselves away? I think it's about much more. Chancellor Merkel's CDU party has held power in the town for almost 3 decades, and many citizens believe it's enough. We need to walk down a new road, and we see Mr. Wippel as the forerunner, being an administrative officer. The opponent, or let's say the competitor, also went to university and he's a good musician, but he studied music, so a lot of people are asking how he intends to run this city. Other voters argue that Görlitz would lose its reputation as an inclusive city following an ADF win, and that it would make it harder to attract skilled workers. I'm a doctor's assistant, and at the practice where I work there's also a Syrian doctor who said to me that a colleague told him he'd like to move here. But when he heard that there might soon be an ADF mayor here, he said no, not in that case. Ursu was 6 percentage points behind Wippel in the first round, but with the often reluctant backing of people who earlier supported more left-wing candidate, he might still overturn the ADF lead on Sunday.
That's the news. Thank you for watching. Stay with us for the weather, business and more programmes. But from me, it's have a good night and a better tomorrow.